Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to what was a 42 degree Saturday the 3rd of May. It's been one of those sunshine, pouring down rain, sunshine, pouring down rain. And if you look in the distance there, it looks like the next front is heading this way. But, you know, when I got up this morning, it showed no chance of rain today. And I was sitting there fiddling around. I built yesterday's video this morning, and all of a sudden I hear it pounding. And Kelly had already taken the girls outside to, do their thing outside. And she goes, "What?" She goes, "I got the girls outside." I go, "Oh." So I wonder what they did to their grass, or did they plow that up? Everything looks brown over there. It almost looks like it's been hayed or something, that color. Their field out there. Here's a jet flying over. I don't know if that'll focus on it, but there's the moon sitting right by that cloud. But yeah, right now it's gorgeous. The highest it's got so far today is 54. I think the predicted high is like 57, 58. I don't think we're making it there though. Here's something racing down the highway out there. Heard my neighbor go ripping off with his Harley. What in the world? Got mole holes out there. That old Abby. Her not attacking the moles anymore could end up being a problem. But I thought I would tackle putting the charge base, that quad lock charge base for the Pan America. That's just been a bum today, and it's been great. I got a really good long night's sleep last night. It was great. So anyway, let's go piddle up in the garage. We'll look and see what the clouds are doing from the front side here right quick. You can see like a patch over there. The ones back there where we were, that looks like it's going to be the worst. But look at that. Sun that high at 6 o'clock. It may be after 6, I don't know. Here's old Danny Magoo relaxing. He always sits by Christy's car. That morning, or the swallows, we thought with the cats out there that they wouldn't show up this year, but that didn't come true. Although the cats try to get them all the time. They're bouncing around in the rafters. Cats will probably end up just getting bored with it and not even try anymore. But we thought them running around would keep them from making their nest in there. Although I do got to say it's nowhere near as bad. So the nests are much smaller, but I think it ramps up as the spring, summer goes on. Anyway, hello there, my little lovelies. Did you guys have a good night's sleep? I sure did. So here's the one off the Harley that I used, and you can see it's USB. It just plugs in. I didn't use one of their waterproof connectors, or highly water resistant. Probably waterproof. It's got a nice lip on it because there's none of them short enough. I didn't want any wires dangling around. So when I was bolted onto the handlebar, it just went to that little 2-port USB-A thing I had on the Road King. Got the vibration dampener on it and everything. I'll just leave that connected, and I'll just put that on when I take a trip. It's just one screw. The USB port's underneath the clutch perch on the Classic 350. But you can see there's literally no difference in their width. They are exactly the same. Had them sitting upside down. You can see them sitting beside each other. It just looks different. It's hard to tell with the anti-vibration thing on there, but if you look at it close, it's thinner. I'm gonna lose that screw. It had a little piece of paper thing on there, but I pulled it off. A little quad lock thing. So, it looks like this thing's designed to have the cord coming out of the bottom, so the power light's at the bottom, but there's nothing that said one way or the other, so I had it on the top with this one. But this one does, because it's USB powered. I don't know why. It seems like it should have it either way, but this one actually has an on-off button on it. You can reach back and click it and turn it off. This one does not have that. But you can see, well, I guess no, it doesn't. This one's got the channeling for routing the wires however you want. And this is the side stand little foot that I got for the Himalayan. That thing seems to be very well made. It's got a lot of weight to it. Seems to be very nice. It's nice and cheap. Amazon special. But yeah, that'll work. That'll be nice. Have a nice wide footprint on that thing. That'll work really good. Maybe I'll go over there and throw that on that first. See what that looks like. Comes with nylocks. That's really nice. Hardware looks of good quality. We'll go check it out. Jeez, I didn't realize the thing was 3 pieces to do it till I took the bolts out. But look how much wider that's going to make that thing. That'll have a nice wide footprint on it. Get any dirt that's on there out first. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. That'll definitely give her a much better footprint on the ground. That whole thing, the way they have it rolled back like that, it just almost helps it go in the dirt. But yeah, we'll get her on here and see what she looks like. Works as advertised. That puts a nice big old footprint on the bottom of that side stand. That will absolutely get it done. The plates, that center plate didn't exactly line up because of the weld on the upper plate. It's laying on the little hook there, but anyway, it just didn't perfectly line, but only you and I are going to know that. That'll work good. Good old 411 Himalayan. That old motor has just been one heck of a trooper. Man, is that thing proven to be just crazy, crazy, crazy reliable. The miles people put on these things is just unheard of. And the places they take them, you know. Look at Nora Lee back when she was, I think she was on her second world tour on that 411. You know, just bombing down the road, you know, wide open. And that's one of the, me being a bum and being casual today, I was getting caught up on Joe Ryan's African tour. I think it was episode 3 of his tour across Africa or whatever he's doing in Africa there. But yeah, he's back on a Himalayan. If you guys haven't come across him, Joe Ryan, that's the name of his channel. I think he's well, obviously his photography, you know, sells prints and stuff. He'll have it at a little link at the end. So I'm assuming that's what he does for a living. I haven't gone back to his early. I started watching him when he was doing the Vietnam tour on a 411 Scram, which is a stripped down version of the Himalayan. It's basically the same bike. It just doesn't have all the racks and has a conventional headlight up front, and there's some differences in it, but basically it's one of these. I guess for 25 it's going to be a 450 Scram, but it's this motor, not the new 450. So that'd be interesting. I'd like to ride one of those, see what it feels like. To talk with Joey and him. Hello there, little lights. Oh, my little 650 sitting here, you beautiful old gal. Royal Enfield. What a beauty. What an absolutely fun motorcycle. She rips. For a little 650 and 47 horsepower, it just sure feels more powerful and faster than it should be. But I like how Royal Enfield, they're like Harley. You see these little notes left everywhere, these little tags. It's cool. Love the Himalayan. Love the 650. I just adore the 350 if you can see it hiding out over there. I see it sneaking out over there. Alright, let's get back to the task at hand here. Man, that tank is some kind of heavy on this thing. Holy moly. It's a big long tank. So here's the difference between the non-locking MagSafe one. I just set them both flat here so you can see the difference in them. Yeah, it's going to stick out quite a bit. Big size difference between them. Both in diameter and thickness. A lot on the thickness. Be something like that there. So that's going to be used in the car. It'll be nice. Just plug it in. See, there's no water resistant stuff or anything on this. Where this one has the, like I say, that's not in there, but there's a water resistant USB-C that goes in there. It even fits a little tighter too. This one moves a little bit. But in the kit, I didn't have anything the length I wanted and keep it clean. And plus it's behind the shield. You get caught in the rain. It's not like it's going to swirl around on it and be blasted in the wind as you're going down the road. But let's get this one mounted and wire it in. Yeah, that's we're vlogging in the next day here. I've been goofing around, me and the mama. Then I actually had to have her come back out here. That's probably, we've been done hour ago or so. After goofing around, they coming back out here, and I could not get that hose to drop down the hole. So the fuel line. So I got it in there. But there's the thing. It's charging the phone. All that kind of good jazz. It's charging. I could wake it up. It's in that night mode. But anyway, all worked out well. The wiring went nice and smooth. And I mean, very clean. Kind of followed the same routing as the Chiggy. And yeah, it works fantastic. Here, let me pop the thing off here right quick. I can't do it with one hand. So it tripped me out at first because it's red. And I'm thinking, you know, that's an error or something's wrong. Well, a flashing red is an error, but this one is red, not blue like the other one. Maybe because it's going through, USB cable. Spit it out. I was gonna say a Bluetooth cable, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense, would it? But anyway, it does work. Goes on and off with the bike. I was able to get everything going so it's all keyed. It's a keyed hot. Everything goes off when it goes off. That dadgum Sasha boy. Mom must have let her back out. But yeah, the phone fits good. In typical quad lock, it locks the thing down. I did reverse. I had the single. It's a kind of a tri thing, that the anti-vibration thing. But with my phone on there, it was like pulling too hard on that upper one. Then I looked to see how I had my Road King one set up, and I had it the same way. I think I remember running across that, so I took it off and flipped it back around. And it's all neatly wired through there. Nothing's gonna snag anything. Doesn't pull anywhere. Just a real nice, clean wiring. You don't even know it's there. You can see, if you look, you can see the wire going through here. And that wire's slack enough that it's not, actually acting on the anti-vibration thing. And it's not riding on anything as this is vibrating, bouncing down the road. It's not, the wire's not chafing anywhere. And it's going through a fused circuit in the bike anyway, so if something goes wrong, it'll just go zap. Plus this thing is floating in air, so and I think it's probably plastic anyway, so there's nothing to conduct around that area anyway. But I got it clean. She's good. She's safe. The old Chiggy, she just lights right up. After goofing around with that Ayuchi, that thing looks small all of a sudden, but I don't mind. It's cool with me. Happy with it. Happy with what it does. All's good to go. I got my tank strap wires underneath there. Got these, they just kind of roll across the top. I did, no way you'd ever see them, because I did it with the tank off. I was able to run a couple of zip ties to keep it from falling off the little area that I want it to stay on. It's kind of hooking. There's a clamp that comes up. That's hard. Yeah, just can't get it in here so you can see it. But there's a bar that comes up that the steering dampener is attached to. And it seems to be perfectly happy to live floating around in there like that. But what would happen is it would fall all the way down, still not touching anything. And then, one of the clips would be way off to one side and the other on the other. I thought, wow, I'll just zip tie it and make it stay in the one spot. Super happy with how that all came out, though. I love it when things all come together. And the nice thing is, it locks to the phone. And it's not it's not going to fall off after I check the mail out there at the street. That was crazy. That whole ride. Railroad tracks and bumpy roads. Going outside of Winlock there, that one squiggly road that Kelly loves to go on to, and it leads to that one-way bridge after you cross the tracks there. I call it the Third Encounters crossing. It just that one night on our anniversary, went out to have dinner out at Little Crane. We just took the long way home, went through out of Winlock and into Vader, and that's actually where the restaurant was. Went through Winlock. We stopped at that Ace Hardware that I go riding behind the building on there in Winlock. We stopped there and got something. I forget what it was. And then we took the back roads to Vader, where the Little Crane Cafe's at. And had a nice dinner. Very nice dinner. Crazy enough, that's the last time we've gone there, and that's probably been 5 years ago. Oh, do you realize that on Wednesday, was that Wednesday or Tuesday, whenever the 28th, April the 28th was, that was Kelly and I's 44th anniversary of meeting each other. I met her on April 28th, 1981. And I remember that day like it was literally yesterday. I hadn't only been up here, a couple years. We came up here late, 78. And it just, there ain't no Southern girls in the Pacific Northwest, I can tell you that. And went up there with a friend, and he had done something to somebody there. The other guys sniffing around Kelly's what it was all about. They're acting like they were seeing her brother. They weren't out there seeing her brother. In fact, I used to go up there and use the same excuse, and until Dad finally said, gig's up. But anyway, them two getting a scuffle out in that little, if you guys remember Kelly's parents' house, where that old red Thunderbird sat in between the shop and the back of the house. You got to go way back in the videos for that. But anyway, Dean, my friend, got in a scuffle, and all of a sudden that crazy sliding glass door that leads to a one-story drop to concrete. Shoom, that thing opens up. Here's this little brunette up there screaming, "Knock it off," which is a very non-Southern thing to say. But anyway, she's got these Daisy Dukes on and this little flowery little halter top thing, them little summer halter tops. And man, I was just awestruck. And the crazy thing is she was, as I'm trying to bother my friend Dean, I said, let's go up and see old Quick. Everybody called him Quick Carl because the way he zipped around on his motorcycles. Let's go see old Quick Carl. Finally, my friend figured out, because when we get there, him and Carl are together, and me and Kelly are roaming around. Why don't you just go up there by yourself? Because I know why you're having me go up there. Well, I don't think her dad took me right away, Finally, her mom, they thought I was, some rich boy from whatever, and I'm up here sniffing around thinking I will get my way or whatever. So they realized, no, just this an old Southern boy. He used to drive her mom nuts when I go, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. I don't know why people in the Pacific Northwest are offended by yes sir and yes ma'am. They just, I don't know what kind of crazy A backwards bringing up that is, but no sir, that's a sign of very good respect, you know. Oh, I know the bright lights will come on with it just sitting here. I'm just sitting here cooking a battery, aren't I? That ought to make the charger run for a while. Oh yeah. It's weird, I always say this when I see it. It's weird how the Honda Charger, even though it's an Optimate 3, has kind of a redness to the yellow. It's not yellow. Isn't that weird? All the other ones, when they're in charge mode, they're yellow. Of course, there's not a one in here that's in the charging mode, but anyway, I wish it was smaller like the other one, or just the quad lock by itself. But I just want to leave that one port alone to do whatever I need up there. And if I, run the phone over here, if I'm traveling somewhere where I'll need it, I don't think I'll be running both phones at the same time. But should I do that, I'll just run a cord over there through USB-C, or I always keep a little charge bank in my tank bag. So if I have the tank bag on, I'll just run it in the tank bag and let her charge away. Not too worried about that. But yeah, not other things that I put on there. Like I had the GPS that I was gonna use, but I didn't like how bulky it was on the, almost said Goldwing. Good Lord, where did that come out of the deep depth? I'm thinking of Kelly and I, one of the first rides to the coast we did was on a used 79 Goldwing. Not a Goldwing Interstate. If you know your Goldwings, there was no Interstate in 79. They came out in 1980. But it was just a bone stock, bare bones motorcycle. There was nothing to it. Of course, everybody's putting Vetter fairings and bags and stuff on them. And the Japanese are going, you know what? Although the Goldwings were always made in America. From the day one, they were American made. What was it, 2012, I think it was, that they had to send a whole bunch of engineers and stuff from the Ohio plant to Japan to show them how to build the Goldwings. I remember all that stuff. But anyway, lovely Goldwing. We went a lot of rides on that. And we had a 1980 CX500C, the 500 Custom, the V-twin that went sideways, kind of like a Moto Guzzi in that kind of a fashion. But anyway, oh, you know what? There's some treats in here that I took home for them kids that I never took out of here at the party. One of Christy's friends makes these things, and everybody's going crazy. Oh no! What the heck? Oh, I think I had other stuff in there that day. That one kind of got destroyed. It's like a chocolate lollipop. And this is actually an Oreo. I forget what she called them. But she's got a Facebook. Look, it's even got sparkles in the... Oh, both of them do. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that looked just like a square lollipop thing. And all the kids and stuff loved them. Some of the parents that were there at the birthday party says, do you do these things? Yep. Beautiful box. The presentation, everything was gorgeous. Really nice job. Anyway, gonna bounce at that. And brought my little tool bag thing out here. There was something I was just thinking about putting in there. I told Kelly, I go, I need to stick that in that bag. I don't even remember what that was. This is that one mount, I think I showed you that I was thinking about using. It has a plate that's basically a Garmin plate, but it has a bunch of other holes so you can do different things. But it did line up with some inner holes on the ram mount ball that the Ayuchi had. So I was thinking about cutting the ball off, but when I mounted it to one, it'd be a fiasco getting it mounted that way. Plus, I'm really happy with my quad lock setup on there, even though it's not something I'm going to take on and off. But anyway, so super happy with this. I'm sure Kelly's long since asleep inside there. And I'm gonna go in. I need to lock this up and lock the shop up and head in. Drag that Sasha in there. She's out there barking at cats. Look at that glitter in there. It's all over my seat. Yeah, it's even down here. It's probably all in my trunk now. But that little bag, that'll be perfect. It just lays flat. You know, it'll move. They had some orange ones there too, but I like that kind of neutral color. But I'll just lay around there. It's not going to be upside down all the time and be easy to find. You'll just have your stuff in there. I always end up with stuff in the bag or in the trunk that's floating all around. I got to find them. And then I'll stick them in a bag, and there'll be multiple because I use a bunch of dry bags when I go traveling. And it's mixed in there. And which dry bag has the little tool things in there, you know? I mean, I got the toolkit back there, but it'd be nice, those little quick grab things. I was thinking a Leatherman would be good to go in there, and something else I was thinking. Kelly goes, yeah, you gotta put that in that bag too. Whatever. I'll have to ask her if she remembers like an elephant. But anyway, I'm gonna roll at that. And many, many hours ago, probably 7:45 or so, tonight Kelly and I did a goodbye because it was beautiful out because it had been off and on raining all day. And we're gonna roll to that. So thanks for watching. We see y'all in the morning. Or I'll see you here in a moment talking to Kelly and I. Then we'll say our goodbyes. Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to the evening of what turned out to be a beautiful day.
Yes, it's all sunny now.
Yeah, the nice thing is the wind is blowing and it's drying stuff out, but it's I think it's too late to go for a ride. I'd go for a ride, but it'd be a bug-ridden nightmare.
And cold.
Yeah, because the sun's about to drop here directly. It's like 7:20, 7:30, somewhere in there. Sunset's at like 8:22 or something like that. Well, you go out there, especially in the spring, man, the bugs on our car coming home at night, and we're nowhere near sunset when we're coming home. Man, what a disaster.
Yeah, you get wiped out.
Oh, man. It's like telling Kelly, well, I'm glad I'm not on a motorcycle right now. You just hear tick, 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 tack, 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 all the way up the hill, you know?
Yep.
Why is it you're on the freeway and you get no bugs out there?
Yeah.
You get in the country and there's where all the bugs are. Even the bugs are smart enough to stay away from that chaotic freeway.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's fun tinkering around with the bull pickles out there on an on and off rainy day. Didn't get the lawn mowed. But anyway, on a very, very chill Saturday, which felt super good. Got a great night's sleep and all around good. Tinkering around with the motorcycle. That crazy heavy gas tank.
Bless your heart.
Of course, the last time I took it off, the tank was full then too. That's what you get for filling your tank up every time you come home.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's not like I'm not going to go right back out and ride the thing again. But I didn't do it the last time, so it was down I think I was down to 3/4 of a tank. But she needed gas, and I figured I'd just top off too. But anyway, on this blustery as it's turning out evening, we'll roll out on it.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you guys have a wonderful Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. My old raggedy looking old Indian hat on it. That thing's got more of a layer of dust than the ground does out there.
Oh, it's a comfy hat.
Yep. You should work at. Mow the lawn and everything with this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching that.
Bye.
Bye-bye.